Okay, time for us to have a big dump.
Woo!
About two things. The first thing, which is Pokemon thing, now that we actually got more information about it.
Yes.
And by more information, I mean we've been playing this in and out for weeks.
Still playing.
Yep.
Can't stop. There's just so much you can get drawn into, you know?
And the second thing, which we'll cover later, is Vanguard decided to dub again. But we'll get that one later,
So hyped for this.
because we'll probably forget to get to one of these two if we start with one or the other. Pokemon.
Pokemon!
What should we start with?
Well, I'm sure everyone actually knows how it plays by now, so...
Yeah, play-wise, it should be pretty obvious how it plays.
Familiar,
It's
and you
familiar.
all know
It's
what
got
happens, and so we don't really need to talk about that. Well, not the specifics. Opinions and whatnot. Those are fair game.
Yeah, like a comparison to other gens.
Honestly, it's probably the best game so far because it's just really, really practical.
I still think Black and White 2 beats it.
I do too. In fact, it feels like it took some things out of it from Black and White 2 into X and Y.
You can
And
definitely
yet
feel that
it
these two
added
are
some
beat.
other things.
Yeah, it did add other things. It just feels like weird that certain things they took out. Like I like the horde battling thing. It's so easy to just get all that EV training done. But at the same time, I just like the re-accessibility of everything else, especially trainers. Don't get me wrong, Battle Tutorial is cool and all, but it's like I hate having to run around in a circle over and over just to find people to fight, when I could just run back and forth and then have them fight me again.
Breeders! I do not miss those guys.
Not the breeders necessarily, but there are other things.
Is the, what's the thing where you run around and then you click it and then it goes off and everybody goes, hey, I want to battle!
Yes,
Yeah, Versus Seeker. Is that still in here?
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Poker made its way back in, and a lot of people are happy about that. I personally do not care. It is
Me
a
either.
bitch to work with.
It really is. Why couldn't it just be
You can apply
grass
the
shakes if it's
general rules all you want, but it will just break your chain for no reason whenever it
and
wants.
that's primarily because that shaky grass that doesn't shake much, it is set there.
Sometimes you don't see it, and it's like right above your head. And,
Yeah, it's like that the tiny shaky grass that doesn't move much. It's an automatic chain breaker. Like no matter how far away it is or what it's doing, it's always nothing in there.
Much easier just to Masada method.
or chain fish.
Or
That's
go
what
in,
now.
or go into the safari. From what I understand, that's the easiest way to get shiny pokes.
Oh
I
yeah.
have never seen any there, so I'm not a believer.
She has.
Shiny Squirtle.
I fished up a scrub.
Relatively superior.
How about you?
I think that it's easy to just go and find it out in the wild. I haven't really used PokeRadar too much.
Well, there you go.
And then there are hordes giving you 5 shots.
Yeah.
It's true too.
Apparently, shinies are also more likely to be found in hordes.
I don't know.
That's something I thought I heard on Series B.
I guess I'll just accidentally run into them eventually.
I sure as hell won't, because I don't know what a shiny Pokemon is after 6 generations. I know technically 5, but shut up. If you transferred in your Pokemon from the first gen, they had a chance of being shiny.
I'm
into.
so sorry.
At any rate, breeding took leaps and bounds. The Destiny now lets you pass 5.
And if you're an idiot like me who sells your Destiny Knot thinking it's worthless,
It's okay, because the lady who gives it to you always comes back. I have 27 of them right now.
Everstones and heart scales are like the easiest thing because you can fish up love discs with the old rod. It's great.
Steal them from them.
and now Thief is a good move.
Yep, Thief now has a power of 60 instead of, what is it, 40?
And knockoff too. Knockoff's at like 65 and goes up to like close 200, like 90 something if they don't have an item. So it's holy god.
It is upgraded.
Uh,
Some other move tweaks like energy ball got bumped up to 90, bolt beam thrower all got bumped down to 90.
The hydro pump and junk got bumped down to 110 for some reason.
was Focus Blast always 120?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
they're just scaling a lot of things back, and the new pokes are relatively tame compared to what we had.
It's really relative to the game, but it's at the same time, it's like they're consistently better at the same time.
I think this is
Like
the
on
first... Oh, sorry. Continue.
like on average, the Pokemon in this game are at least playable. Like with the exception of your Pikachu clone here and there, like they're all at least have their place.
Regional
It's-
bug.
Even Slurpuff has its place because how freaking fat it is, and Aromatisse is good in trickling rooms. It's like they all have a place, and they're not bad in their place. There's just not a whole lot of things that super stand out, like say in Gen 5.
We don't have Volcaronas, guys.
Oh, and Scolipede too, for that matter.
Scolipede is
got an
now a thing.
upgrade.
Scolipede now have speed boost and 100 attack to go with its 100 something speed.
Yeah.
It's good.
They
Legit.
granted my wishes. Now I just have to wait till December so I can transfer our
And
shinies
it
over.
can naturally learn Baton Pass, so if you want to do that, you can.
Yeah, it's yeah, like Gen 5 stuff got a good upgrade, in fact, from this. Probably
Good at
because
Megas, but
probably that's what I was saying. Probably because they didn't get a Mega Pokemon.
yeah.
It's like because they're not the Gen 6 level, but they're also not old enough to warrant a Mega form for many other guys.
Speaking of which,
Deals on Megas?
yeah,
Let's do it.
on the whole, they're just pretty solid options. Nothing like is too much of an abomination outside the big three.
Yeah. Mewtwo,
Obviously,
Blaziken,
Blaziken, and
and
Lucario.
Lucario are just too
Uh,
good for school.
They were off their meds with those guys.
You said Gengar had a pretty good chance.
Gengar is, yeah, he's pretty nuts. He's basically sure to revenge kill anything he wants.
Yeah. I went up against someone who had a perfectly trained Mega Absol and it killed it in one shot.
Oh, well, duh, because Sucker Punch.
No, it was with Dazzling Gleam.
You, the Absol died, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
It didn't use Sucker Punch, that's where it went wrong.
Saltless Tyranitar hard counters it.
Who knows?
Assaultless Tyranitar hard
Oh,
counters
yeah.
Vanguard.
Oh yeah.
And some new items to make things more
Even
interesting.
even though that Focus Blast will still hurt, probably.
Yeah, it'll still hurt it, but it's worth it to get rid of the Mega if they use it on that.
Yeah, Assault Vest is probably the most interesting new addition. If you hold it, you get an automatic stage of special defense, but you can't use any status moves. So anything in that category, Dragon Dance and what have you.
Which has interesting places depending where you put them. Most notable that we've decided anyway is like on Gudra.
Silly balls, but that
Or-
you can just invest in defense
Yeah. Or
and
you
tank it all.
or you could do what I was doing a while for one of these pokes is give it to someone who has a usually low defense, a special defense to compensate. As I,
Mega,
Guys,
yeah.
we
I
should totally put Assault Vest on the Blissey.
See, that works on a Serene Grace set, maybe.
It still needs healing.
yeah, it's neat stats stuff. I would mean more things like Avalug,
For
Has-
Assaultless to work, you need something with a good attacking stat.
and he has that. He has like a 125 at base attack.
I was just
Yeah,
saying
they-
that in regards to Blissey.
Oh yeah, and to guys, yeah.
Defensive ice type. We all laughed.
Yeah,
and then
we all laughed, and then we saw his stats. His HP is okay, like at about like base 80, but where he really shines there is in his defense and attack. Like a 117 to 125 attack, and then a 185 defense.
For the record, that's well, it's not Blissey levels of fuckery. Actually, it might
It
be
sounds like
It
close.
might be. I mean,
It's just that this has got the 255 HP.
yeah, it's got a lot of HP backing it up. But the point is, it's really good in those things. Its defense, it's like I think about 48 or 50, so it's not really good in special defense department unless you give it the assault vest.
And,
But you,
speed non-existent.
yeah, but you might not even want to do the assault vest because it has a really good set of.
It has curse
it's
and
got
recover.
curse and recovers. You can do curse recover substitute thing. Obviously, with avalanche, its attacking
One of
move.
its abilities is Ice Body, so you can throw that in a...
Hail team.
Or you can use Sturdy in any other team.
It
to
has.
survive any one special
It's
attack.
for an ice type. It has some pretty good options. It's probably one of the best ice types that isn't a legendary.
Rapid Spin?
Yeah, and it has rapid spin too.
Avalok pretty great.
It's probably one of the best ice Pokemon we've seen.
I would argue best.
Like I can't think off the top of my head anything that's a whole lot better.
The only thing I can really think of that I like using that's ice type is Frostlass.
And that's not technically good.
I guess Mammo is
Well,
the
Mammo's
main
fine.
comparison here.
Yeah, Mammoth would be the best comparison here. I don't know. That one we'll leave up to you guys to decide.
Vote below.
Yes, vote below. Avalug or Mamoswine. Anyway, other pokes. Let's go with the defensive opposite of Avalug, Florges.
I haven't had any table time with it, so...
I see. Well, I have. It's literally like the reverse of Avalug. It's a bit faster. It doesn't have as much HP. It doesn't have super low HP. But its shining points are its defense, special defense, and special attack.
It is
Does it
fat!
have a recovery
with
move?
my Iron Head guard.
It has Wish.
Wish is okay.
It has
Yes.
Wish,
And Calm Mind, I imagine.
Yeah, Calm Mind.
It can do anything Avalok does on the other side of the spectrum.
Its only real downfall is that it doesn't have a very large...
It doesn't have a very large pool
It
of
has
type moves.
grass type moves, fairy type moves, and then
normal,
psychic.
and psychic type
It's
moves, and normal
alright,
moves.
though, because Fairy covers
It's okay because it's
all
got
of the
grass.
types except one.
It's got grass and fairy and psychic, though. Those three moves can take care of most problems.
There's only one thing that resists Fairy, right? Steel.
Yeah.
Poison!
Wait, poison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, steel and poison.
Fire.
And fire resisted, but it's not strong against it. So it can take a hit from fire.
And all those things.
Heatran will just mess with it.
Okay, yeah. Well, Heatran is a boss in many cases.
It's true.
Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that for another month or two.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Other cool guys. Heliolisk was.
He's probably on the lower end of the
Yeah,
spectrum.
it's on the
but
lower end,
he's,
but he is a notable thing just because.
He's
it's,
he's a secret agent, man. He works in any weather team you can shake a stick at.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty customizable. It learns a lot of moves you wouldn't expect from it.
Dark Pulse, Surf, Volt Switch, and I forget. Oh, Focus Blast are on my current one.
I just remember, like, when you showed me its list, we were just like, what is
Yeah, it learned.
It's because it's a
'cause
dragon.
no, it's because it's a normal type.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like it's the thing that we always forget. It's part normal. In fact, it's primarily normal.
Yep.
So it's hard to tell looking at it because it's all yellow, but it's yeah.
Speaking of the other
He's a
part
Muppet.
normal, Pyro, why you disappoint?
Pyroar. It's set up to be a physical attacker, but with a high special attack.
It's almost like Skeptile all over again, but
Except for
this
this,
time they didn't, like,
there was an excuse of a move switch.
I don't know what they're doing. And Noble Roar could have been really cool if it hit multiple targets in a multi-battle.
That would have been cool. Or if it hit, they're both their attack stats. So no matter what you're fighting, their attacks are
does.
hitting. It does hit both? The
Yeah,
attack and special
one
attack?
from both.
Yeah.
Oh, one from both. I thought it was 2 stages from attack. That makes me sad.
It's just, eh. Whatever.
So essentially, you just do better with an Intimidator.
Yeah.
Vivillon. You wouldn't expect much from that. That's okay. It's the, like, Collector's Bane Pokemon.
I don't think we need to say much on Gudra. It's everything.
Everything.
Everywhere.
But it doesn't get Calm Mind.
don't get combine, but it does get infestation
One day
and
we'll
toxic.
somehow figure out how to recover onto it.
It gets recovered. It's not going anywhere. It's the monster forever.
I mean, it already has hydration and rest, which is pretty intense.
True.
Or you can just gooey it up.
Gooey.
Speaking of fan favorites on 4chan, alliteration. How about barbarical?
Oh god, yeah.
Oh god, don't even start. I mean, it's like
Guys.
no. It's you remember we were talking about that Avalug before? How friggin' fat it is. Barbarical does not care. He'll kill it anyway in 2 hits.
It's just really strong.
It gets It's.
Okay, so you think
Can you get Barbarical up on the screen so I can look at it?
think Kabutops now at about 50% more power and Shell Smash.
Yeah, Cell Smash, Tough Claws. He has a few critting moves going on.
All of them.
And-
Stone Edge and Razor Shell.
And
if
so
I
if you
recall,
get a
basic
sniper
attack
one, you can deal with
is-
that. Although, that, you get a sniper one.
For no particular reason, it learns Dragon Claw.
Dragon Claw, well, base attack of 105, so that plus the Shell Smash, it's like...
The perfect thing to sash, by the way.
Yeah, it is a terrifying monster.
It's non-skill and cloister.
Yeah, it's that.
Aegislash?
Gimmicky, but in a good way.
Yeah, it's a good kind of game.
There's a lot of gimmick Pokemon in this
they
generation
do
that
that.
are actually good.
They do that all the time. It's just that they usually miss some notes, and
That they shouldn't have missed.
but Aegislash has it pretty cool. He starts battle in a more defensive form, so he can tank things while he's throwing out his Swords Dance or Will-O-Wisp or whatever you want to do. And then when it's time to just hit them, you tank another hit, and then because he's slow, he'll strike second, which is what you want to do, because once he switches into attacking form, he trades those stats
around.
and hits like a truck. And if you ever want to, like, just go, nope, King's Shield, it's like protect on crack. Because if they were going to ever physically contact it, they lose, 2 stages of speed for their insolence?
No, it's attack stat.
Yeah.
Attack that, yeah. So, don't do that.
At least Earthquake still hits it and doesn't lower your attack.
And then there's always a Shadow Sneak. Like, having a priority move with that much attack is always good.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about what is probably the most popular Pokemon from this generation. It shows up usually in the top 3 on most of the polls that we've seen so far, and it seems to be a big favorite in VP and what have you. Halucha. Despite its first impressions, when it showed up in the spoilers with Greninja,
Not a bird.
it's not a bird. It's actually in the human-like egg group. Human-shaped egg, whatever.
It's
It's
a man in a suit.
a man in a suit, effectively. 118 base speed, and like 95 attack. Learns like every flying and fighting move imaginable.
High jump kick, which is now like 150 for no fucking reason.
It's
my God.
needed more power. Ho, ho, ho.
And
And its signature move, Flying Press, which when I went back to look at it, it actually has, it's basically a fighting move, but with different advantages and weaknesses than
the only dual
before.
type move. It's kind of a shame they didn't expand on that a little bit, but I think they were kind of scared of making ones that would,
Break the game.
yeah, because as it stands, Flying Press is not allowed to do more than 4 times damage, like any other move in the game.
It's very safe. It does give it an interesting coverage attack, though. So you don't have to invest on like a fighting and a flying move if you want to try its other moves. It does learn other things,
And then
including
there's, like, the
U-turn.
strongest acrobatics in the world!
Yeah, I got mine set up with like U-turn, Swords Dance, Flying Press, and Acrobatics. Unburdened, of
It's
course.
respectable. It's like new Heracross.
It is, yeah, it's very,
Heracross doesn't get completely gated by anything flying.
Yeah.
yeah. Doesn't have any 4-times weaknesses, does it? Huh.
It's just got really kind of glaring ones. Electric, ice, fairy.
Yeah, it does have those. But with the flying, well, with its acrobatics, it has it out to the fairies at least. And it can beat up ice types with its fighting type. So really, the only thing you have to worry about is the electric. It doesn't do anything to electrics.
Meowstic's bad, guys. I just remembered that was a thing. Yeah.
Which Meowstic?
I don't care.
I don't know, man. And I think Prankster Meowstic's pretty okay. Male only, of course.
I don't know. It just feels like there are better pranksters out there.
Might not be better pranksters because freaking Sableye is one of them and Whimsicott.
I totally forget what the
That's
female gets.
it gets competitive. But it's like that's like saying there's better psychics out there than freaking Alakazam just because Mewtwo exists. It's like, yeah, there's better ones. Doesn't mean it's bad. But yeah, if you wanted to use Meowstic, it has to have its hidden ability Prankster. That's what gives it a pretty good advantage for a psychic type anyway. I think it's the only psychic type. Yeah, it's the only psychic with Prankster, so it's got an interesting thing going with there. It learns both the wall things, reflect and light screen. It gets paralysis ability, with light thunder wave. It gets toxic, obviously. It gets all the stat deductors and boosters.
Although, if you want to really troll pranks, get Klefki.
Oh man, this is probably one of the more hated designs in a way. Yeah, I can deal.
I can only deal because the keys it carries is not.
Yeah,
Part of it.
it's not keys, it's a keychain.
It's a keychain. It holds keys. It likes carrying keys. It's like if it were.
Actually, the keys.
I'd be so mad.
Voluntarily give it keys to keep them safe.
Yeah. Even though it's like as soon as that Pokemon gets caught, well, there goes my keys.
Steel Fairy, pretty awesome typing.
Well, before going into that one more sec thing, it would have been cool if you could find different, like Spinda, you can find different clef keys with different kinds of keys on them.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
But yeah, its typing is interesting. It's weak sauce though. It's gonna die a lot.
It's alright. Prankster spikes.
Prankster screens.
Yeah.
Doesn't die anymore.
Meowstic has prankster screens too, and it's also got better stats.
Jingle jingle.
I'm just
The
saying.
reason you need.
I'm just saying that Klefki is probably not one of the better one-stage fairies that we have compared to maybe Carbink. Carbink with his 150 defense and special defense.
It's
trolled by
new
Steel
genderless Shuckle, but
To be fair, Shuckle gets hit by on 2.
It's so
I
bad.
think it just kind of popped up at a bad time though,
It did.
because Shuckle just got infinitely better.
Just like a certain other guy came up at a bad time. We'll talk about him in a minute.
Shuckle got contrary shell smash, so it can just go +2 on both defenses and not care. It got sticky web, which is a new entry hazard that reduces speed when they come in. It doesn't go away unless
It's
they
like
spin it off.
Yeah, it's like spikes. Oh god, Sticky Webs is like the worst thing to use against Avalugg. It slows down with its 28 base speed, and then it rapid spins them away.
Yeah, just does not care.
Avalugg's so good.
That's,
Sorry. Anyway,
It's a pretty big boon to Shuckle and Galvantula and stuff like that though.
anyway, and speaking of Pokemon that came out at a bad time, like Carbink, why Pangoro? Why you do this?
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, we heard you like this typing, and it's really good and stuff.
Fairies.
And then
And then fairies happen, and of course it's like the coolest looking Pokemon in the generation. It's a freaking, well, like I call it a Boncho. It's a boss. It is a thug that beats up people who pick on the weak. He is so cool. He's got a coat, and he's
There's a hat modeled after him.
yeah, and yet he's 4 times weak to the new type and flying press.
And it's weak to fighting.
And and you know that would all be okay if he didn't have like a base. I think it was like not even.
D4 speed.
Yeah, it's slow. It's
1 something HP.
no, it's not even that.
Attack.
Its attack is the only thing that breaks 100.
Yeah, just what the crap.
I think he has like a
Yes.
base 85 HP.
Pangoro needs a Mega Evolution.
Yeah,
fast.
Ben's gonna check it up on us for us, but the point is, it's like all of its everything else is so
Not a lot of
underwhelming.
Let's evolve it again.
Yeah, it needs it so bad.
124 attack, rest is garbage.
Oh,
124, yeah, 124 attack, 95 HP, 78 defense, 69 special attack, 71 special defense, 58 speed.
It's not the
It's
most
not-
paper thing in the world, but it's not bulky.
Yeah, it's not that it's
Would help if it had defenses over 80.
actually, yeah, that would help a lot. It's not that it's like the most terrible garbage I've ever seen. It's just it comes with so many things that can kill it dead. So much so, so much so that it's like every time we see it in something, like when the game was not out yet and we were seeing all these people playing like things for like trailers and stuff in Japan, Pangoro was always the first thing to die.
And that's pretty much true to how the game plays.
It's Heck, even in the new opening of the show, it's like Pikachu quick attacks Hone Edge and kills it.
What?
Yeah, that's a debate for another time. But then he
Wait!
you just got it.
I just got it!
Then he Iron Tails freaking Pangoro and then Thunderbolts it to death.
Finish it off with false swipes.
But the thing is, I wanted to like it.
We all wanted to like it.
It's like if there was an item to just boost both of his defenses, he might have some kind of saving grace. But the only one that does that is Eviolite, which he can't use because he's the fully evolved form.
Speaking of things we wanted to like, how about those fossils?
Oh yeah, the fossils. Yeah.
Oh man, they've got the coolest designs ever. What types are they? Trash!
Everything that dies.
I could see Tyranium working in a Trick Room team, especially because elemental bites and it's
It actually does get Dragon Dance.
And then it dies to Avalanche because its ice type Avalanche. Avalanche is, okay, it's official. Avalanche like best new Pokemon. It has so many counters to so many things.
It's just that Tyranium.
But anyway, back to the fossils.
It was somewhat misdesigned because it doesn't have any moves to take advantage of its ability.
It doesn't.
It learns the elemental things. and
Yeah,
pretty
but they're
much
not
like
even that strong. They go up to like maybe 90 or so, and that's still weaker than his normal stabs.
Does
No,
it learn
that's true.
Crunch?
He does.
I really hope so.
It's like the only thing a
It's its
natural
only
learns
thing.
to go with it.
What other
I mean, at
bite
least
moves
it
are
gets
there?
Stealth Rock, but
That's a good grace to it, but it's like, does it have any other bite moves that aren't?
it's got Bite and
Those?
Crunch and the Fangs, and that's it. They
Wow.
didn't make any new ones when they
Man,
really should have.
they really should have. 'cause
Especially
it's
since we
like,
don't have a Dragon-type biting move yet.
What?
We don't.
Wow, you know, I never thought about that, but you're right.
There's tails and
Claws.
claws,
Tails, claws,
pulses, and
meteors.
and meteors. Yeah. Huh? I never.
Dragon Fang.
Wow. Yeah.
but they can't make Dragon Fang because that's an item.
Dragon Chomp.
Yeah,
Dragon
just
Chop's
something.
They
Patent
even
pending.
has dual chop.
Freaking they do. They have karate chops of their own,
Crap, man.
but no teeth
At
here.
least a rock-type bite. Like,
It's true. Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah, they don't. Yeah, his ability is wasted.
I mean, Dragon Rock is pretty amazing offensive coverage, but
It's too slow.
He's too slow.
and then Aurorus, aka, what are you even doing?
What are you trying to
Game
do here?
Freak?
Like, we like his design. Don't get us wrong. Aurora looks great. It's just,
Pretty.
Ass typing.
well, it's like,
Nice
well, let's
rock.
but yeah, but it's like even with that, it's like we could look aside that if it had something to go with. Like we look past Avalug because he's a beast. If this had anything going for it,
Like,
it's
it doesn't have any excessively high stats.
yeah, that's the problem. It doesn't have any really big anything really.
It's got like a really cool ability that does work in its favor though.
It does have that.
Because
Refrigerate is the ability.
Any normal type move becomes ice and gains 30% power in the process,
Yeah, it's
and then
got,
stab.
but it's slow. Its defenses aren't super high. Its
it's
attacks
weak
aren't
to
super high,
everything.
and it's weak to everything under the under the sun. It's like you
It's kind of funny because it was a big bro during the game because for some inexplicable reason they don't have any of the like 8 types it's weak to.
so unfortunately, it's gonna have to go into the Levani bin and stay there until it gets some way to overcome its problem.
Nope, even its hidden ability that it can't be obtained yet isn't
Well,
really all that special.
as we saw from a certain Venipede, you can always change that hidden ability.
Yeah. Anyway, snow warning. One day in the future.
Speed Boost Heroics, let's do it.
Jesus Christ, how terrifying.
I've been wanting to talk about one for a while. How about Gorgeist?
Yes.
Gorgeist is very interesting.
Yeah, because it comes in 4 forms.
2 of them are good.
Random, except when you're breeding, then it's always passed on, so that's convenient. They all have different stats according to what their
Size is,
which is not really something
has
that
been done before.
explored.
It's only it actually that does it too. Maybe that's going to be like a setup for maybe the next gen or next games or whatever, where they'll
They have
start
more
giving.
variance in stats.
Yeah, because it might be something they pass on to other Pokemon in the future.
The
Like,
fatter the better.
yeah, like well, not necessarily even. It's like even
There
small,
are 2 forms of Gorgeist that do really well.
like even the small one, because small one's got like not Gorgeist,
Small has like 90-something speed.
99
Oh, it does?
speed.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's,
it's enough to get it in its status shenanigans.
Yeah, it's got enough speed to do
The
that much.
supersized one is bulky as and strong
Yeah.
as fuck.
Basically, what it's saying is being in the middle isn't good.
Yeah.
Being in the middle.
Extreme!
Yeah, we got to use the extremes because the others don't do a thing.
Trade evolution. You would think they'd get past those by now.
Nope. Gotta have a trade evolution forever.
I gave those out holding rare candies today.
If you can't tell, it's Halloween. When we're
Oh yeah,
this.
happy Halloween, everybody. We forgot halfway through. Yeah, you were probably wondering what she was doing over there.
Its counterpart Trevenant is kind of balls.
Yeah, it doesn't really have anything really notable going on with it, does it?
And for some reason, all the ghosts have Frisk now.
Every ghost has
Those
risk.
2
Frisk
and
Dusknoir.
Bennett and Dusk. Oh yeah, it's just.
Clearly, ghosts like frisking people.
And then there's Noivern that has it because its other options aren't good.
Noivern, aka the Pokemon I still haven't found myself.
I only
Yeah.
got it through Wonder Trades.
Me too.
You okay
I
there,
found
Ben?
out where it is, though.
The
You-
second one has Blaze too.
But no, I found out how you find it. It's only in Shaking Ground in Trevent, in that one cave.
Oh, Tremendous Cave, Shaking Ground, okay.
Yeah, that's the only way you can find it.
Screw that. I'm just gonna trade for him online like you did and got 2 already.
I've got 3.
Whatever. The point is we got our bets.
I haven't found Cryogonal either, even though the game insists it exists.
I found one.
God damn it, trade me it because I need that to finish the freaking decks.
Let's see here. Well, we haven't talked about the bird of the hour.
Oh yeah, Fleshling family OP.
So good.
At least in game anyway. It's
We're gonna find out. Well, obviously when we start doing more games, it seems.
it's got competition with Staraptor, but I think it's on the level.
It has priority.
Yeah,
over-
primarily because of that. It has Gale Wings, which is priority flying
It
moves.
counters Blaziken.
Yeah,
There you go.
It does. So
you can
it's
switch into fire or fighting, and then murder it.
That alone makes it good.
yeah,
It counters
it's
Blaziken.
yeah, it's a really good ability.
He is the sacrificial bird.
It's kind of like how Magneton countered Skarmory in Gen 3, and that's the only reason it was OU.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how that goes because it does only have like a base 80 something attack. So gonna have to work around that a bit, but it's still got a good chance with that priority Brave Bird.
And it's not just Priority Brave Bird either, it's also Bruised and
Well, yeah,
Tailwind.
but which is the biggest selling point of the
Yeah.
3? It's killing
it could
things.
be really amazing in doubles though, because Priority Tailwind is just.
That's true.
Mega Pincer, priority, quick attack, aerial raid.
So good.
Clawitzer?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Clawitzer.
Clawitzer and Scope.
Yep.
Seahorse still seems pretty to me. I've
Yeah.
never seen it actually pose any kind of trouble.
Dragon Poison is a unique typing, though,
It
and
is
it
very
might
unique.
find its way onto teams just because of that.
Too bad its stats are off.
Yeah, but its
Yeah.
stats are so bad, it might not even be worth doing.
It's a non-floating poison, so it can actually get rid of toxic spikes
That's true, it
if
can.
those pain you particularly.
I would have used the fuck out of that thing, but its stats are so bad.
Just
10
skull-
more HP, please.
Yeah, it's like, just Scolipede, guys. It's just so good. Meanwhile, on the other side of the spectrum, Claw,
He's pretty solid. I mean, he's slow.
Diagology is so bad. Before we go into that, I'm just going to read off its stats from HP to speed, you know, with my order. 65, 75, 90, 97, 123, 44.
Yeah, it's slow.
It's slow, it's relatively weak, especially physical weak. And it's got no power to really back it up.
Maybe Trick Room team? Maybe. Maybe use it on a Trick Room team?
Maybe, I mean, it's still going to be slower than like the slowest things in a Trick Room team. Again, like the base 28 speed at one.
Get on Shuckle's level.
Or Shuckle.
With its Shell Smash reducing its 5 speed even more.
Anyway, let's go to Claw.
Nice speed.
On the other hand, he's pretty cool.
He's got across the board as a comparison, because they're obviously the comparison group. 71, 73, 88, 120, 89, 59. If that sounded weird to you, it's because despite having a giant-ass crab hand, it
And
is
needing Crab Hammer to evolve.
it is a special attacker.
But that's pretty cool because Mega Launcher buffs all the Aura and Pulse moves, and it gets all of them.
Yep, every single one.
Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse,
Water balls.
Aura Sphere, yeah. Heal Pulse, if you want to use it in multi-battles.
Yeah,
pretty strong.
It's pretty interesting.
But then there's Mega Blastoise, and it's probably just better.
Malamar.
Oh god, he is the weirdest
Oh god, Malamar.
motherfucker.
Malamar is not a water type.
No,
It is not a surfer.
no.
It is not a character.
Second Dark Squid, okay guys.
It has a lot of unique stuff to it, but
Oh.
that doesn't necessarily mean it's good.
The Electros version 2. Contrary superpower, that's all it was
Yep.
made to do.
Yep, his other things are infiltrator and suction cups.
Please no.
It is very... Oh god, there. Everyone went dark. Oh god. I'm back. We're back. We're cool here. Okay, anyway.
Sorry guys, there was a Godzilla attack.
I mean, it kind of works in multi-battles because Topsy-Turvy is like the coolest move. You take your stat changes and reverse them. So if you go in there with your Draco Meteors and Overheats, fix it.
Yeah. We haven't talked much about fairies in a while. We should probably mention them.
There are more? Oh yeah, Sylveon.
Well, them too. We only kind of glanced over the other two, though. We said they have their place, and then moved on.
That's all you really need to say.
Aromatisse, let's do it!
It's slow as balls, so it can trick room pretty well. I mean, it's got the Calm Mind and all these multi-battle assisting
And it's
moves and abilities.
pretty fat, too. It has a base 101 HP.
Yeah, that's solid realms.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
It is a...
It had to have been based on a hooker.
It has to be. It even has a leg out for catching hitchhikers. Driver people. You know what I mean. I can't work right now. It's Halloween.
I'm still kind of mad at it though because I found that fan art somebody did before we knew its evolution where they drew it as a plague doctor.
And the other side of the spectrum is the blow.
Slurpuff, yep. Hidden ability Unburden. Once we
Mediocre
get our
stuff.
hands on fairy gems or whatever, it's gonna get in there.
Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
It can
Otherwise,
take a
it
hit or
has
two.
Really mediocre stats.
Oh, it's got a base 82 HP, and then the what's it called? 75. And it's not gonna like break anything, but it's not gonna like insta die to the right things. It can at least get a couple hits in.
Sylveon is our new
Sylveon.
evolution overlord.
It is the dragon sadistic killer. Or sadistic dragon killer.
Yeah, you basically take Vaporeon and put its stats over here.
Yeah, it's got a 130 special defense and 110 special attack, so it's obviously going to be used for that.
It's a 90 HP.
With the 95 HP.
Yeah, so good.
They won't think
Shadow
anything
Ball, a
physical,
normal
really.
move.
It's not going to take it physical, but that's what the other thing is for.
You can Moonblast.
It's also really slow too.
It is very slow. It's despite what it looks like, it is a super freaking slow thing. It's like base speed of 60.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. These bows are weighing me down.
It's
Apparently
so...
made of flesh, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, well, it's supposedly it's made of flesh because the things seem to move based on its own reactions. So it must mean there's some kind of nerves in there or something. Either that or they are moving based on its fairy wind around its body.
Well, now I have to name one Dr. Feelgood.
I actually got one. I got an Eevee on Wonder Trade, and I traded it into a Sylveon, but its name was Trash 3.
Yep.
Oh.
Rating rejects.
Dedenne
Go.
sucks. Moving on.
Yeah, Dedenne is the worst thing.
It has like nothing to its
It's
name.
not even Emolga. That thing at least had some
It had
good
a
stats.
yeah. It had some
tormented you in game.
Yeah, it had okay good typing. It had okay stats. It was the premier Volt switcher.
Annoyed the fuck out of you in the gym.
Yeah.
I think Game Freak just went, crap! We need another fairy type that's gonna sell
It
toys
looks
for the
like
kids.
it should evolve. It's like, why doesn't it evolve?
Because it needs to be
Encroaching
Pikachu.
on rights.
Ah! We
Cannot
already covered
evolve.
that one.
They totally should have made it that it evolves into Raichu.
Retcons. Oh.
It looks like it should, doesn't it? I guess everyone. All right.
Pikachu's never gonna evolve. Let's just take Raichu and put it over here.
To the top.
Raichu gained 10 base speed for raisins of raisins.
For raisins of raisins. Oh, right.
101.
That one.
boy.
Is Furfro.
Oh yeah, I hate that guy.
He's just mad because he was forced to do missions to find them or something like that.
Yeah, I caught at least a couple dozen, and then Radar Guy says, "Oh, you got 3." I'm not amused.
But with that being said, its ability is pretty cool. Fur coat. At first we thought it only half the damage of contact moves, but then further research seems to say it actually has the damage of physical moves.
I couldn't
And it
get
has
that to
Cotton
something
Guard.
useful.
I don't know. It's got a 120 base defense because of that.
And that's why I'm Matsuda mething one.
120 base defense, 90 special defense, 102 speed. You can definitely wall, especially with Cotton Guard.
Yeah,
It
that's
learns Cotton
immediately
Guard.
doubling your defense.
So it's probably the best thing to have it because of that one thing. And it's the 102 speed means it's probably gonna do it first.
It's not gonna take hits on the other side,
Yeah, at least not very well.
and it's not gonna really like do much offensively.
It's just pure normal, right?
It is
Yeah.
pure normal. It gets the status moves too. So you're probably gonna get it
I mean,
toxic.
you're gonna
Insert
Cotton Guard,
steel
Toxic,
tank here.
Protect,
Well-
Rest, or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
If your team's based around
Go back.
stalling out with poison,
Although with that being said, it doesn't have a terrible attack. It's got a base 80 attack. And I think it has a move to up its attack too. So if you get a steel wall, just crunch it to death. It's now that they don't resist
I don't know.
dark. They don't
Try
resist
to
dark
aggro.
anymore. Well, if we're going with megas, it's like no, it's not going to do well against those. But that's what we have other things for. That's what we have Mega Gengar for, to kill that thing dead.
okay.
Or yeah, it's like we got things to take care of steel types. They aren't that scary, especially now that they have 2 less weaknesses. I mean resistances.
Poor
And
Metagross.
they gain Fairy, so it's all kind of balanced out.
In its own
Metagross
weird way.
runs on-
It seems if anything, Ghosts got better because they got
Ghosts
so many more.
So much more.
Because they lost a thing that they can't hit, and they aren't walled by the new type.
In fact, they are a pretty good answer to the new type. Well, Gengar is anyway. 'Cause poison. Yeah, poison types gain relevance. It's all a happy
Kangaroos
balance now.
fucking happy.
You have reasons to use all your stabs.
Okay, Gengar's now immune to poison, and also he can't be blocked from fleeing.
Yeah, no goes.
Interesting.
Although I'm kind of okay with that because fuck wild effect.
I guess we should also mention the goat that we once thought was a grass
Goat,
normal.
Apparently not.
Yeah, but it's just pure grass apparently.
He's the coolest thing, and for how slow he is,
He's really.
Skiddo is the fastest thing on the overworld,
Yeah,
man.
it's true. 52 speed, but he's like dashes. But with that being said, Goat's got some pretty decent HP. 123 base HP.
To go
With
with all of its recovery.
Yeah, with all of its recovery moves it learns.
Synthesis and Leech Seed and Horn Leech.
It's
Good luck, guys.
It's gonna stay around.
It's gonna stay around and annoy you forever.
He is annoying. Screw that guy. I take it back. He's stupid.
And now I think the only thing we have left is the starters.
You don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
I'll tell you when we only have the starters left. It's not your right to decide that. Digger speed, do it! Oh my god, it's that guy.
Zip.
Hi.
Hey, Jerry.
You.
What is up?
Useful
Much.
rodent. Continuing trend.
Baby. It's been a while.
Flashing off those wizard rings, I see.
Yep. Hello. I got the LL rings finally. Makes
Nice.
me feel so free.
Yeah, Diggersby, it's got the pickup. That's always cool. Got teak pouch. Be funny just to give your life back.
I'm the only one. Like I
But
know me and Rico though
it's-
have kind of found that it sucks.
Oh, it does suck, except for unless it has one thing. Huge power. It's the only thing that saves it. Because it's effectively a better Azumarill.
Still
Because
an
it
asshole.
has better
Racist.
HP than Azumarill, better defenses, better speed, and better attack.
HM slaving and pickup slaving, like it's as useful as it needs to be for the role it was cast in.
These guys, Pokemon Park, we never show.
You didn't show up?
Huh?
Did it show? Oh, it did? No? Yeah. Wait.
Not yet.
On in.
Eventually.
I see.
Anyway, yeah.
Greninja. Let's start the countdown of the starters. Starting with probably the best one of the three.
Protein.
His hidden
It's
ability is
kinda
good.
Nice to have a decent starter for once.
We kind of got 3.
Yeah, the three starters are in their way are pretty okay. They're at least usable compared to Gen 5 starters.
Jesus Christ.
Those ones are so terrible. But but yeah, with that being said, Greninja's actually good. Like, good.
Lots of technical moves and wide range of type coverage.
Especially because of Protean.
Yeah, Protean is the weirdest thing.
It makes its type into the type it's using to attack before it attacks with it.
So you think it's gonna be one thing. Nope.
And it's got a 122 speed too, so it's probably going to go first.
Both of its attack stats are respectable. It's like
It's-
infinite
yeah.
tiers of fuck.
Yeah, because you can literally set up either as mixed attacker or choose your thing and just go in there. And if you can't handle it, it gets U-turn. So throw down your spikes and U-turn if you can't handle it.
Spikes making you ground. Good luck, Jolteon. Well, Jolteon's faster. Fuck. But whatever.
It's true.
Other electric types.
Yeah, man.
But then again, what other electric types are there? Besides maybe Zapdos.
Heliolisk.
Yeah,
Just
here it
mentioned
is.
it. Electros, but he floats.
Well, it's not going to hit him anyway if he's out.
It's also not in the game right now.
Gavangela.
Yeah. At any rate,
Anyway, point is, that's our really good. Next one, Delphox. Ability's Blazing Magician.
Magician is good pickpocket. When I hit you, I steal your shit. Will be better once we get the other elemental gems.
It has, most notably, a 114 special attack, 100 special defense, and 104 speed. It's not as fast as the other one. and it's probably going to die to anything physical with these 72 defense and
It's
75
okay.
HP.
It's a lot like Volcarona, though,
True.
in the sense that if it gets set up on the special end, you're probably dead.
Yeah, it's got its place, so it's good. Not really much to say about it that I can think of. Oh yeah, by the way, Greninja had a priority water move that hits like 2 to 5 times.
Usually better than Aquajet. Usually.
And it gets kills those sturdiers.
Yep.
Skill Link Water Shuriken, please.
Oh god, no.
It would be the best.
I have a family.
Suddenly, it's put on Cloister for no reason.
A second priority.
Although I honestly gotta say, it's probably only going to be him who gets it ever, because he has a clear reason for having the water shuriken. He grabs them out of his legs, where they're shaped like shuriken, and he shoots them out.
Because you no longer grab it behind his head.
Specifically made to be like an aesthetic thing, much like the Oshawott thing,
Which was then given to Barbarical.
which is fair enough because he has shells on him. Basically, I'm saying it has to be another ninja who gets the shuriken.
More ninjas,
Starmie,
please.
please.
Starmie would work. It is a shuriken.
It's just, it doesn't have that attack stat, so it doesn't really work.
True. But hey, who knows? Maybe what's the freaking called? Ninjask will get it.
Ha! Ha ha! My bad. Ha!
Anyway, the last one, Chestnut. Overgrow,
For some
bulletproof.
reason, there just hasn't been much discussion on this guy as far as I have seen.
I haven't seen either. I think it's because no one really liked his chain to begin with.
Yeah, Millhouse.
Yep, he is Millhouse.
But Spiky Shield is like a really cool move. It's a protect variant that Iron Barbs them if they were gonna contact him. Combined with Helmet. for
Would you like some
shenanigans.
taffy?
I think it was missing a good healing move other than Leech Seed was the problem.
Probably.
And it's competing with Breloom.
There's a grass fighter.
I miss my Breloom.
They exist.
I miss it.
Get one
Also
then.
got
I asked you
It gets
to,
pain
and
splits?
you never did.
Why does it get pain split? Why does
Oh,
anything
yeah.
get pain
Oh,
split
yeah.
that's not Ghost?
So beautiful.
Answer me, Elliot.
Chestnut pain split?
Yeah,
Really?
it gets pain split.
This guy is like the furthest from Ghost ever. Why does it even?
What other moves did it go? Go back up.
It gets pain split because
hold on.
it feels so much pain from being unloved.
It gets that seed bomb, needle arm, pin missile, Luchi, bite. That really is. Hammer arm, of course, wood hammer, up to the top if you could. Tippity top. Belly drum, feints, roll out. It gets some interesting moves,
Yeah, belly drum.
including the coolest one of them all, belly drum.
It's just a matter of waiting and
Don't worry, I'm not gonna trap the game.
seeing if it goes anywhere,
I'm just gonna
really.
force myself to do 3DS.
It has
Okay,
potential to be a good one, but we will see.
That gets
We will
sucked,
see.
By the way.
I guess it takes care of all the Pokemon. I guess the only thing that's left to talk about is the extra other megas.
That or other things in the game, like Wonder
And features,
Trade and
too.
whatnot.
Alright, we don't have to talk. Sorry, other mega
Sorry,
Pokemon.
other mega
Emily doesn't
Pokemon.
want to talk about them. I guess we'll have to continue, Elliot.
Didn't we cover them?
We talked about like 3 of them, and
Oh yeah.
Mega Ball Wild,
I don't know if you know this. There are others,
Go,
Elliot.
go, go, Mega Ball Wild.
All was good. Huge power, sucker punch, GG, no re. Except in the Mason where they never attack. 'Cause they
Double
know.
teaming Pachirisu is such a jerk. I guess I should turn mine on too.
When Mama gets to make a move, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, it will. Especially because
It's not
it gets,
gonna die in one hit anymore.
especially since it gets 2 stab moves too. Now that it's part fairy. Play rough and iron head are always cool choices.
It's like the anti-fairy fairy.
It is, isn't it? It's also the
resists it and kills them.
it's also the anti-fairy killing. Wait, anti-fairy.
Yeah, because it's immune to poison
It's
and
immune to
neutral
poison and neutral to steel.
He's a vampire that eats vampires.
Sure.
Anti-fairy. Sounds like a metal band.
It does, doesn't it? Its only real drawback is its HP itself is still a bit low.
And then in my experience, comparable to Mega Mawile, Mega Kangaskhan.
Oh yeah, Mega's King Scott's pretty cool too.
It has quite an array of options that combine really well with its new ability that has your attacking moves hit 2 times, the second one at half power. Power Up Punch gets to buff twice, and Bulldoze gets to debuff them twice. And you've got a lot of options like Dizzy Punch for the confusion, or Crush Claw for
It's
the
got
defense
some
reduction.
pretty cool
The only real
options.
problem is that it's walled by levitating ghosts that don't want to attack you, like Vanguard.
Gengar, Chandelure, I would assume too.
Yeah. Although
Actually-
Sucker Punch is so good.
Actually, that would be bad too because it will probably will-o-wisp you most of the time.
Yeah, that hurts. But if you run into anything that just sort of walls, you're gonna break it eventually. Gliscor is kind of a joke in my experience. You just Power Up Punch like twice to get +4, and then you kill it with Stab normal move. And just about any other thing.
The next on our list is Mega Pinsir.
We laughed and then we cried.
He is the Mega Man.
Aerialade is, well,
Wait, is he the bug-looking one with the 2 like horn?
Yeah.
Horn-like
He
things? That
became-
thing looks like a Kamen Rider villain.
it
It
is.
does, doesn't it? Especially now. It's got wings. It's bug flying. Gets aerialate, which powers. It's not powers up. It turns normal moves into flying
And
moves.
powers them up by 30.
It actually
Yeah, it powers
has
them up.
stab now.
It only has it has stab. It has stab with its
Quick
whole
attack.
with its
So
whole
much
move
chest and shit.
sets.
What is it?
Because if you remember Pinsir, which I can understand if you don't, most of his moves are normal.
And you
Yeah.
like thrash and return for the powers if you want them to.
I don't know.
Priority flying
I like an
is
OAD with the
good.
significance.
Especially with a 155 attack.
I like an
Ow.
OAD with the
And
significance.
Sword Stance.
It's
And
like
then it's still got the Exeter's
probably-
close combat.
it's probably the example of the guy you probably start with. Because I assume he can also learn U-turn.
Yeah.
So you probably just set up the Swords Dance, kill him while if something dangerous comes out, you turn him out. And he can come back to fight later.
Megacross, on the other hand, that guy got a complete revamp, really.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
Heracross was starting to falter around Gen 4, and they completely rejuvenated him with a route we never expected. Mega Heracross gets a bit slower to dump a crap ton of base stat total into attack and defense. So now it's pretty survivable on both sides of the spectrum. And Skill Link, along with 4 attacks to take advantage of it. Arm Thrust, Pin Missile, Bullet Seed, and Rock Blast.
So
Just
much
take your
stab.
piss.
pick your piss.
Yes. Pick.
Everybody got that?
Freudian slip. It does take pisses on things, though.
And since we're on the theme of bugs, Mega Scizor.
You mean Tanky Scissor.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Scissor McTink Tank.
It's not as
just-
strong as the Choice Band Scizor or what have you.
Jerry's Ghost.
But it's
But
got
it
a-
can be,
Say what?
because you don't have to commit to a move.
Yeah.
That's funny because you remember that like birth? Do you ever see that birthday?
Because it's got Detect Condition, obviously 150 attack, 140 defense, 110, 100 special defense. It's basically a bigger Scizor that you can use moves with, including Roost, yes. Roost, Sword Dance, 2 moves of choice.
It's a case of, was this even necessary, guys? This was already like the best Pokemon in the game statistically, like in the competitive
Ring.
rule set that we're used to.
Kills God.
Yeah, he does.
He does. Now it kills him more. It's cool. Pretty much just like Aerodactyl, who's also
Holy
More.
God, guys! Oh,
He
we've
makes
heard Aerodactyl was bad, so we made it a bit faster and gave it an automatic choice band that doesn't lock you into things.
He puts the fear of God into Mega Gengar.
He does.
he does.
What was that? Like 150 against 140 in terms of base speed?
150 base speed, 135 attack,
And tough claws.
and tough claws to power up those
150
those
versus
claw moves.
150.
Oh! Just,
It
He got
is
Lampent.
yeah.
it is a scary thing.
Mega Gyarados doesn't learn crunch.
Meanwhile, Mega Gyarados doesn't
What
learn
the hell?
crunch.
Okay. He's... Yeah, like... Water Dark, guys.
Water Dark.
Let's not give it a new move to...
It's
Let's
like not only
make him a dragon.
not only is it bad by its own right, fairy weakness, no more immunity to ground, all for the ability not to be killed by electric attacks. And what does he have to show for it? A dark type that doesn't get an advantage with, because the only dark moves that he learns is bite, right?
Yeah.
Bite and payback, but payback is useless as dragon dice.
You get this dark and ghost and resistances and psychic immunity. I mean, it's one of those guys that you have a reason to hold off sometimes.
It's actually
I
a
think
choice.
It's interesting.
It is,
Switching shenanigans can catch people off
but with
guard.
all that being said, it's in my opinion what Mega should have been.
Yeah. it
Something
shouldn't-
where it's you.
shouldn't be just something you do right away and never hold back.
Yeah, like I can understand why Mawile has that, because without it, it's bad. But for most of these Pokemon that get it, it's like they're already good half the time, or at least playable.
Gengar, I find I hold off on it a lot.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're really that scared of ground moves, yeah. But my point is that that's what it should be for these guys. It should be, well, I could use this, but he might be able to stop me with this.
Like,
Well, on the other hand,
we need more Gyarados and Amphiroses and Charizard X's.
Charizard X is an example of maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't.
He's not like the most borked thing out there. In fact, I think he's pretty middle of the line because of the 100 base speed. And the only absurdly powerful move it has is Flare Blitz, which will kill itself really hard due to tough claws.
Yeah. Speaking of Mega Ampharos, we didn't really cover it.
Electric Dragon, guys. Bam!
It became fabulous.
Yeah.
Hair,
Which one?
the flowing hair.
It's
He's
pretty
become
strong.
majestic.
The
Pretty
Sheepy that
tanky.
became Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
Sheep that
It
only
lost
turned
its
into a
hair
dragon.
and then it got it back.
So it became Dragon?
Isn't that, yeah, part dragon.
Oh, that's awesome. That's weird, but awesome.
Yep, it's not like some of it. It's
I like
it's
it.
Dragon Ampharos. It's pretty
It's
cool.
a weird support
Jerry,
electric.
you want to play
You don't
around
see that a
with
whole
it
lot.
since you haven't gotten it yet?
I'm good.
It leaves the dogs next, I think. It's the only two left. The dogs and Tyranitar and Aggron. So the dogs and the dragons. And Gardevoir. Let's go with Gardevoir because he doesn't come in a pair.
Yeah, Gardevoir. This is, all things considered, it's probably one of the more disappointing.
It's probably one of the only ones
Changes.
because it's got an ability that it doesn't need.
Actually, since it does power up moves,
It
Hyper
just-
Voice is stronger than Moonblast and goes
Oh,
through
is it?
subs.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
one move.
Fair enough.
It still could have been something better.
So
It
now
could-
Gardevoir
it's-
screams.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, its special attack's okay, and special defense is also pretty good with
It's
100
just not a
speed.
huge
It's
monumental
just
change because it didn't gain much bulk, and it didn't get all that much faster. It's like
Yeah.
100 now, which is starting to become shit tier with all these things that have strange intervals like
oh yeah.
108, 116, 122.
Because we do have a few other ones left to talk about. But also with that said,
Just realized
It-
I'm not getting paid today.
Oh, Halloween, okay.
Yeah, it's a holiday.
Anyway, as I was saying, with that being said, it's got one thing though for it that is often overlooked that makes it much better than it was.
The fairy
That first
retcon.
page was
Yeah, the fairy
colors.
typing. Like, despite it being just a type change, despite what people think about it, that's kind of important.
It now is neutral to dark.
Neutral to dark, immune to dragon.
Has a
it's-
quad fighting resist, which is the most
It
delicious thing.
it's neutral to bug too.
Yeah. Pretty big buff.
So it's got its place.
But now it gets killed by Iron Head Garchomp.
Which it probably would have, which it probably would have done anyway because it's Garchomp. So that really doesn't change, is what you're saying.
Garchomp, how are you liking your new upgrade?
Mega Garchomp acquires sand, kill everything.
Did they like patch that or something?
Yeah, but we'll get to Garchomp in a minute. Turns out we have a few other guys I forgot to mention in here.
This guy got you fatter.
Freaking Mega Metacham.
Oh, I forgot that existed.
I did too.
It's another thing that's pretty strong, but didn't
It's,
get fast enough to
you-
really be...
No, you want to talk about a thing that is disappointing. Like Gardevoir at least got the new typing and at least is powerful with his special attacks. This thing, literally, I forgot it existed. It's
I
got,
did too.
what's it, at Mega 60, 100, 85, 80, 85, 100.
Super Buddha. Except not all that super.
With a little bit more stats.
Yeah, just a little bit though. It's not
All
even
the
a big
places
boost.
that didn't help it.
Yeah, it's like,
Fuck,
why?
Just put it at like 102 speed, and
I-
maybe you have a thing.
Like, it's got pure power, which is cool, but freaking Mawile does it better anyway. It does better anyway.
Yeah.
It's just not even a
Sure
point.
didn't even get a priority move like Mach Posh, which would really
It would have helped
smash
it.
dicks off of things.
But no, it doesn't even get. Like, they want to talk about disappointing. It has nothing to show for it. It's like you'll see Gardevoirs being used every once in a while. It's like they have the special attack, they have the typing, they got a place. This thing,
Medicham is better than this thing.
yeah, it's not even worth using.
And I am disappointed.
Yeah, I think we found our most disappointing one. Well, though I haven't actually looked into this next one a whole lot yet. Maybe opinion will change. Mega Manectric.
I haven't touched it either.
So let's see
I
what
have
he's.
no plans to, because like...
Well, needless to say, first off, it looks terrible. It is a lightning bolt that has a dog sticking out of it.
Pretty much the only design that's just completely and utterly awful for no reason.
I didn't want to like him.
It's just, I
Rage Robot!
did you? Let's look at his stats. Across the board, 70, 75, 80, 135, 80, 135.
So it's Raikou.
Yeah,
He's a last cannon.
that's probably, yeah. It's probably worse like Raikou
With Intimidate.
with Intimidate.
Well, at least we can have it right now. Raikou's kind of AWOL.
Okay, so for now it's okay until it's not anymore. Okay, so let's strike that. Make it
Just-
2 bad ones.
Please.
I guess we'll complete this set up to Mega Houndoom.
That is a pretty significant boost.
A solar power
It's
with 75, 90, 90, 140, 90, 115.
If it was in last gen, it would be better.
Well, yeah.
It's one of the fastest fires out there, though.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's only second to like Talonflame.
Yeah.
Blaziken.
Well, we don't count Blaziken for the obvious reason that Speed Boost makes him faster. If it didn't have Speed Boost, even Mega Blaziken would be 100. It's like, freaking this thing's pretty fast. And it's pretty strong too. Its special attack of 140 is pretty nice. I mean, it's like,
Fire Dark is awesome coverage.
yeah, that's 2-2. Solar power, so if you have it on a sunny day team, it's going to be
Packet your nine
beating
tails.
faces.
Or your Mega Charizard Y if you want to.
But then you can't have Mega Houndoom.
Damn it.
Yeah. He's probably just going to go with a Ninetales with a stone on it.
Yep.
It's a stone. If you go back down, we are going to talk next about one that I'm really interested in more now. Mostly because not only because its appearance, but also its ability. Mega Bonnet.
Oh man, that's the best design by far.
It's so cool
It was
looking.
a possessed doll, and now the
It's
ghost
broke
is so
out of its
powerful.
doll. It's torn out of it. It's like, dude.
I already loved Baynet
It's,
as a Pokemon. Now it's even better.
Abilities,
such a teenage
its
girl.
stats across the board are 64, 165, 75, 93, 83, 75.
Is it just me,
But-
or did it gain like 80 attack?
It did. It gained a lot of attack. But on top of it, it has the ability Prankster.
Yep.
And it has all the good old-fashioned ghost things that it can use it with.
Unfortunately, not Trick, because
Yeah,
that doesn't work
unfortunately.
with Mega Stones. As cool as that would be,
Yeah, it's true. It still gets things like a Will-O-Wisp and junk.
Destiny Bond,
Destiny Bond to make sure the thing dies.
the new Phantom Force.
And of course, that 165 attack is nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, that Phantom Force is gonna hurt.
I always loved Baynet, and now
Basically, if you're fighting anything that's, well, basically anything that was relying on its big attack to try to kill it, it can't
No.
because Will-O-Wisp will make it have half that power. Like, even like a Mewtwo X, it's going to be like, well, shoot.
Destiny Bond, you're gone. Deal with it.
It's pretty good, and I haven't got a chance to use it yet, but based on the stats alone, it looks pretty good. I'm hoping to train one up and try it out, and hopefully it lives up to what it's showing me, because this is good. All right, next thing on the list, Mega Absolutely.
Oh man, this guy. It's the weirdest
emo.
direction to
He's
take
so
an
emo.
upgrade.
Magic Bounce, 65, 150, 60, 115, 60, 115.
Like, it gained 40 speed and special attack because they realized those were problems. And now it can actually outrun things. It can use both of its attacking stats, which is great because it's got all those elemental moves on its special move pool. It's got the strongest sucker punch in the game.
It's true. He's pretty good at what he does.
And reject all those entry hazards just by switching it in. Or, no, you lead with it.
Yeah, you probably lead with it. Oh, I see. He's pretty good, though. I guess we should look at the two walls that the Megas have given us, starting with Mega Tyranitar.
Oh,
he became a tree.
We did become a
not
tree.
need 700 base stat total, guys. If you're going to play offensive Tyranitar, this is a better bet, because it's got significantly more speed to Dragon Dance with.
Enjoy
Or
that.
rock polish. So it's easier to get.
That might be a
Perfect
better
tool.
option, to be honest.
Yep.
Because then it's faster than even, like, the base 130 Scarfers, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, so you got the stats off the board.
And it has
100,
150
164, 150 defense, 95, 120, and 71. So it's
120
it's a,
special defense? What?
yeah, 120 special defense.
On top of the Sandstorm bonus. Yeah, that thing does not die.
Yeah,
Unless you
he's,
kill it with fighting.
unless you kill it with its 4 times weakness, it is. He's cool.
How fast is he again?
71.
He's 71. Like most of the fightings are like Conkeldurr will still probably kill him dead,
Destroy it?
but he's yeah, that's what I thought.
Dragon Dance.
Is there a shiny version where that thing's
Mega
purple?
Tyranitar.
I
we
don't
don't
think
know.
he. I don't know. We haven't seen him yet, shiny.
He
He might
come
be.
out shiny.
Weird.
Yeah, he might be. We haven't seen him yet. The colors for shinies and Mega tend to sometimes be a bit different.
Gengar turns white.
Yeah.
This one does not change.
Mega Gardevoir's dress becomes black.
She looks so pretty.
But anyway, yeah, like Conkeldurr is still gonna be terrifying, but he's still really good. And I guess I don't have any.
Aggron.
Yeah, I guess just go Aggron.
Okay, he looks kind of stupid.
He looks
but
so he's like his face got punched inward. I guess that's what
Wait.
Conkeldurr's been doing for just training on
punching Agrons in the face.
That or he went to Skyward Gym and fired out of that cannon.
Yeah, his stats off the board are 70, 140, 230, 60, 80, 50.
And it's pure steel with the ability
filter.
to reduce its weaknesses. Well, good luck trying to break through that physical defense because you're not gonna do it.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I'd say
Curse.
I'd say of
If you
the.
do it right, it can survive some special stuff too. It
It's
survived
true.
Mega Gengar Focus Blast.
Yeah,
That
don't.
screen from,
Yeah, don't underestimate a 70 to 80 defense stat. It can survive things if it's not like super weak to it. And when it does, you will be surprised when it didn't die,
Well,
and it'll kill you for it.
Aggron isn't really super weak to anything now.
These things made my tongue itchy.
It's just how funny, how good it is just to remove Rock type.
Yeah.
It's true.
Hopefully, Game Freak learns a valuable lesson here.
Yep. So its only real worry is becoming a useless wall against something that kills its attack.
I don't know, you can still do silly status things to stuff.
You can, but what saddest things does he do?
Dragon Tail, Thunder Wave.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to be. What did you do? Anyway, I don't think anyone's going to be that much slower than even with a Thunder Wave.
Yeah, you can just use it for support. Switch out
It's true. But I guess my point is that even if you do it, if you're doing it for that, you're setting up for the worst case scenario. And at least in my experience for doing that is it's always the bad sign when you have to set it up specifically to counter its weakness.
Yeah.
So if you did that, it's just going to be a bad aggron.
And if you're making a sand team, Aggron's probably the mega you go with.
Mm-hmm.
Play your Assault Vest Tietar or your standard Dragon Dance or Wally type. With the Stealth Rock and Thunder Wave or whatever.
Yeah.
I know. Sandstorm Mega Garchomp. It kills things.
That,
learn anything?
that is competition, yes.
From what I got, other than Iron Defense, I got that.
So, well, that doesn't help.
Yeah, let's take the best dragon in the game and mega it.
So I guess we're talking about Garchomp now?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. 108, 170, 115, 120, 95, 92. He's a bit slower, but it's like,
I don't think
Dude.
you understand what 170
Dude.
attack is.
yeah,
With Sand Force.
yeah.
If anything survives that earthquake, they are,
They're Avalugg.
Yeah, I was gonna
They're
say
Avalugg.
Actually, I think that's gonna kill Avalugg outright.
I don't even know.
Time to test
Force.
it.
Mega Aggron, Jesus.
Yeah, I guess let's have to check it out.
I know.
It also has some respectable bulk too. 115 defense, 108 HP.
It's nuts.
It is.
Completely nuts. It has a usable special attack stat that you can Draco Meteor off of. Whoa.
It still keeps its general weaknesses in check, so it'll die to anything faster than it that uses them that's really good at doing it.
Man, just bring that thing out later in the fight and watch it wreck things.
Yep.
Have all the
It's,
supports up, and there's pretty much nothing that can stop
Actually,
it.
it probably would go down to Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir is faster than it. And it's got its weaknesses based covered. Fairy type Hyper Voice.
I've killed all the Mega Gardevoirs because I used Sticky Weapon and Iron Head.
Yeah, Sticky Web is a move.
It is true.
Were you using it with Galvantula?
Yes,
You should probably switch to Shuckle.
I could.
You should. But then that just means if they start with it and you don't have a means to stop it, then like there's always a counter to everything. Is
Yeah.
my point. And if we're talking about a straight up match between the two, it's like not using another Pokemon to deal with it. That's it's probable out is something that's faster than it with the enough special to
I wonder
get
if
through
Mammo
it.
Swine can still one-shot it with Ice Shard.
Maybe.
It
I mean,
might.
It still is kind of tanky, but it's double super.
It's true. I guess we'll have to try that one out too.
Yeah. Fuck these guys.
Well, we don't have to talk about Mega Lucario, the nuts, Uber, ban please forever.
Deoxys tier, get out.
Get out. And then I guess it just leaves Mega Abomasnow, i.e., why do you not have enough defense to compensate for that typing?
30 speed too.
That's
It's
30
not
speed.
going anywhere.
30 speed, 105 both defenses, 132 both attacks, 90 HP. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like it's not terrible under that.
Give it the
Thing
quiet
is-
nature so it can murder you with its blizzard. that's all it's got.
Although if it gets Ice Shard, it at least can hit first.
Yeah.
with that attack. So it's okay. It's not terrible as long as it's got the ability to kill things that would kill it first.
Plus, it's still the only auto hail guy.
Yes, that's true too. So it's not the worst one. It's just that typing without really good defenses makes it a bit of a handicap.
Team it up with Ice Body Avalog.
Well, yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Zutai.
But needless to say, we got a lot of mixed bags across the board.
Most of them hit the notes that were intended.
He's just out of the pouch. Fucking Mega Mewtwo.
Yeah, kind of kind
Yeah, Mega Mewtwo easily best one. He freaking got what was it? What was his base?
Anyway.
Freaking base almost. He's got like so many hundreds across the board.
Is, except in the battle spot.
Freaking base 190 attack and X
Yup.
with a 130 speed.
Let's let the thing with
100
190
defenses,
start.
154 special attack, 106 HP. The other one, 106 HP, 150 attack, 70 defense, 194 special attack, 120 special defense, 140 speed.
It's like, Jesus, guys. Let's buff Mewtwo every generation, just to make sure it's still the best.
God,
I want to
So
be
good.
the very best.
Don't you start.
needless to say, best one or best one.
Just stop.
It's so. Not only is it good, it's got two versions. It's like if you have it out to one, he can become the other one.
At least Mega Aerodactyl kills your psychic one.
Yeah.
It's the silliest thing, because Mewtwo actually had a, counter/check in Darkrai.
True.
Not anymore.
No, he doesn't.
Insomnia.
What? Okay, if he had only one of the two, it probably would have been okay. Just because it's either, because right now it's either he dies to the Darkrai or he dies to the one he mentioned. Yeah, Aerodactyl. But the fact that you have a choice, it means no one can say 100% which one they're using, so they can't just prepare in advance for the one they're using, because it could be either
Just
one.
be regular Mewtwo.
Or it could be regular Mewtwo, which is still good by itself.
Because it's Mewtwo.
And then it just throws you off track because you're preparing for something that isn't there. Mewtwo didn't need the power boost.
But he's got legions of fanboys.
A lot of things didn't, but they did anyway, because
Isn't that-
popularity was the number one contributing factor.
Isn't that
to
right,
the-
Speed Boost Blaziken? I mean, why else is he the
What were
only
other
one?
two factors. Game
It
balance.
was game balance and making them relevant again, right?
Right.
Because that's why Mawile got it, because it was...
Mewtwo
Oh,
was
yeah,
already
I-
Well,
relevant.
Mewtwo was
Not
there
all of
because
these
of
factors.
popularity. The other options were game balance or make them relevant. Mawile probably got in there due to both, because I remember it being pretty popular in Gen 3. Even though it was bad.
And then you give them this resurgence, which is nice for things like Mawile and Heracross.
I'm still waiting on that Mega Sableye.
Yeah, who knows what that's going to do, because
Why
they
does
already kind
Prankster
of
Sableye?
Well, yeah, if
kinda
he picks
already-
Sableye with better stats.
I know.
already did it with Banette.
Yeah, they did give Banette. Well, yeah, I guess it'd have to be something. Well, it could still be another prankster thing, or it could have the ability to just get rid of its fairy weakness.
No week for days.
Pixie Eater.
Fliz.
It heals every time it gets hit by a fairy
Against
move,
Wonder Guard.
or it's
Wonder Guard.
or
Still hit by fairies.
still hit by fairies, but if it gets the defenses, it might not matter too much. But that'd be funny anyway. Fairies be its only check.
Yeah.
Point is, Sableye deserves one. It was like the opposite of Mawile. Where is it?
They broke a lot of pairings and repaired them with other things. It's the weirdest. Because
Yeah.
now apparently Houndoom and Manectric are counterparts. Where did that come from?
Aggron and Tyranitar.
Well, at least with the dogs, they were the dogs from that set, from that gen. The Aggron and Tyranitar is a bit weirder,
yeah.
because it's like they aren't even from
wasn't
the
even the pseudo.
yeah, they're not even from the same generation.
Like, jeez.
It's very interesting. There might be more even. for all we know, that we just haven't seen yet.
Hidden away,
It's-
just
and it's
like there
prime-
are
this is a
event
good-
legendaries.
yeah, event
hidden
legendaries.
away.
3 of them so far that we know of for certain. There might be others that we don't know about, but these 3 we have at least confirmed to be real. Names. I only remember Hoopa.
Diancie,
Diancie,
Volcanion,
Volcanion,
and yeah, Hoopa.
and Hoopa.
Hoopa.
What the fuck is the Hoopa?
It's
We
like
don't
a
know.
ghost, apparently.
Hoopa!
Hoopa! Well, needless
yeah.
to say, that's going to happen a lot.
Most entertaining name. Like, it's probably the Mew.
It's probably. Because every generation has like that one base 100
Pixie.
dude.
That one fucking thing with 100 in every stat.
Yeah. That might have to get upgraded though, because 100 in every stat's not all that funny with these things
It's
running
fine.
around.
Manaphy proved it can be over the top.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The other 2 we don't really.
Fire, water, which is like about time.
Yeah.
What's the year? Okay, it's 2013. When did Pokemon start?
Technically 1996, but its copyright is 1995.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The one
18
that's
years
supposed to be
late.
a rock fairy. Oh, hi, Mega Carpink. Maybe.
It's possible. It's a rock fairy.
Oh my god.
We don't know what they look like or what they even do.
We only know they are real because they were on the GTS as viable trade options.
Yes.
Yeah, normally, if you ask for a fake mon, your Pokemon will not appear on the listing when people search for it.
Oh wait, you can ask for Pokemon you don't have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they even find out
I need
those
to get a
names? What the
Shroomish.
fuck?
That we don't know. But the point is, it was probably based on hearsay that this supposedly works. They probably they might have somebody in the Pokemon
there was
company.
there was a complete Pokedex in Japanese at like one point prior to the release. That
Oh,
ended
was
up
there?
being completely true,
Huh.
and that's probably what they checked it against.
All right, if that makes sense. Because usually it's like people have ins to, like the company. Usually, like I guess you could even just call them spies. Like they work for the company, but they secretly give out like small bits of information, so they aren't, not enough to be caught, but enough to give people an idea what's going on. And it's probably how they got that.
You know what Japan's is?
But point is, we probably won't know about them for a while. Japan, especially after the game's getting released so early, accidentally, it's they
Not allowed to have fun, guys.
they're probably not going to tell us even when we're going to see them. Like it'll just be one day, like a day before. This thing's going to be up for trade soon. Get ready to get it, guys. Or Wonder Trade or whatever.
It'll be on the episode of Pokemon. It's like, after this episode airs, you can get this Pokemon back.
Like it's, I don't know what they're going to do. Now it's like they were pretty pissed.
And only Japan gets it, because the rest of you have been naughty boys.
Well, it
Hell
won't
yeah.
stop us. We can get them on the global trade station.
Yeah.
Hey, man, Japan tried to leak things too. It's just that
It's not.
they couldn't do it quite as well as us this time.
Yeah, we were too good at this. But my point is, it's like this hasn't happened before. Like for Pokemon anyway.
Actual
Or
secrets.
like actual secrets that they were not wanting us to know,
Everyone
getting
knowing
released
about-
2 weeks in advance.
Can't hack
Everyone knowing
the
about dark
system,
shit
really.
forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay,
Can't
guys.
hack
You
the
got me.
system.
Yeah, it's
speak
like
of.
yeah. So it's just I don't know. I guess we'll find out what their plans are, what they're gonna do, and there's no way to hack the system yet. I'm certain there's still people working on it. It's like
They're trying.
there's
They're
good.
trying really hard.
Crunch
But
better than
Nintendo
this.
security is
When they actually
ape
try,
shit on this
when
thing.
when they actually try, Nintendo's security is pretty good. It's probably why we won't have another hackable system like the Wii again, because all you people bitching about the Wii not being good, now we don't get to make our things do what we want them to do.
And now we're doomed too bad.
Yeah, now we're doomed to bed because you guys had to bitch. I hope you guys feel good about yourselves.
Just remember, you
That's-
ruined it.
Yeah, it's funny like that, isn't it?
And that covers basically everything in the way
Just-
of pokes and moves.
It's all the
and whatnot.
pokes and moves.
Wow.
What does that mean?
But other features,
Was that
Probably already
nothing
glanced
legendary?
over the Destiny 9.
Will be covered in another video because this one's an hour and a half long.
Okay. Fair
Woohoo!
Not all?
And this one is subscribed.
Well, I guess we'll catch you guys in the next video covering more about the game mechanics.
And Vanguard.
And Vanguard 2.
Hoopa!
Hoopa! Hoopa!